So like a lot of you, I'm a Yabanji. But before I came to Turkey, I didn't know I was a Yabanji. I thought I was like a regular person. But then I came to Turkey and I learned right away I'm a Yabanji because my very first friend, his name is Ramazan. And Ramazan used to always remind me, you're a Yabanji, you don't know anything. Now, Ramazan was a great guy, really. But he was my first role model. He gave me my first example of what a Turkish man would be like. But he was a football fanatic. He would always say, real Turkish men love Fenerbahce. Not like Fenerbahce, not support Fenerbahce, they're in love with Fenerbahce. I'm a Ramazan. What's a Fenerbahce? I mean, I looked it up in my dictionary in my red house and it said Fener is like a lighthouse and a bache is a garden. So it's like lighthouse, garden. Oh, it's a real tough sounding team you got there, Ramazan. You're a Yabanji, you don't know anything. All right, what's the symbol of Fenerbahce? Is it a lion? Is it a tiger? Is it an eagle? It's like, no, it's a canary. Oh, that's a real frightening symbol you got there. What can a canary do? That's what a canary can do. Ramazan, is your Fenerbahce team the champion? No. Who's the champion? It's Galatasaray. Oh, well, there's Galatasaray UEFA Cup match tonight on TV. Why don't we go watch it? Nah, they're not a real Turkish team. What do you mean? He said Galatasaray is like silicone breast implants. They look good, but they're not real. Now, Ramazan took me to my very first football match. It was a Beşiktaş-Fenerbahce match at the stadium. And when we walked into the stadium, there's metal detectors and police everywhere. And the guy checking everybody, he checks you, and then he took my cigarette lighter. And I grabbed it. What are you doing? That's my cigarette lighter. 6 policemen came from every direction. But this guy said, Yabanji. Yabanji. It's like a magic word. Abracadabra, Yabanji. You know, that cigarette lighter was so valuable for me at that match, I couldn't even watch the game. I'm lighting everybody's cigarettes, you know. Goal! Now my second Turkish friend, my role model, a real Turkish guy, is actually here tonight. I first met him 22 years ago. And he wasn't a football fanatic. He was a Yabanji girl fanatic. Really. He's such a good-looking shopkin, and he looked like Tarkan. And he would stand there and he would say, look at them. They chitter, chitter. Yalarım seni. Seni yerim. Isırırım seni. I'm like, Murad, are you hungry? You don't have any food at home? Come on, I'll buy you a chitter chitter simit. And the last thing I wanted to tell you about tonight isn't really a bit. It actually happened to me when I was in Philadelphia. The old city of Philadelphia, the historic district, just as you walk south of the old city, the neighborhood starts to change really quickly. It becomes closer to low-income housing and projects for poor people. So the neighborhood was starting to gentrify as yuppies, young urban professionals, started to buy some of the old houses and renovate them. So it became a really mixed neighborhood. And one day I'm walking on the street and I just saw this little thing unfold where there was this old guy sitting on the steps in front of his house one summer evening wearing a white undershirt. And he was just sitting there, and some yuppie walks by with his Rottweiler. And the old guy says, hey, can I ask you something? Yes. That one of them Rottweilers? You mean a Rottweiler? Yeah, that's what I said, Rottweiler. Yes, it's a Rottweiler. Why? Well, let me ask you something else. How come all you white boys got them Rottweilers? And the yuppie guy said, well, let me ask you something. Are you afraid of them? Well, Rottweiler, yeah, I'm afraid of them. That's why. Thanks for listening.